Batio, bati, bati. Batio, bati, bati. Akerekbe, Ayirofan, all of you, welcome and good afternoon. My name is Chancey. Your name is?
Nati.
Good. Nati Bolo. All right. Welcome. In today's blog or in today's video, we are going all the way back to Liberia, West Africa, okay? I lived in Liberia when I was 5 years old. I lived in a village as well as the city, and during that time, I learned how to cook the variety of food along with learning the Kru dialect, although there are many different speaking dialects, tongues in Liberia. So today what we're gonna do, we are cooking a dish called potato greens, okay? The leaves comes from sweet potatoes, okay? You eat the root of the potatoes, but you also eat the leaves of the potatoes, so it's wonderful. That's the dish we are going to make today. Here is the lineup. Over here we have cobia fish. Next we have kuda smoked fish. Over here we have turkey neck. Over here we have the infamous pig's feet. Over here we have ox tail. And of course we have fresh chicken wings. Okay. It's a lot of meat, but cooking this particular dish, you can use any kind of meats that you want. You can put anything you want. Personally, I'm a fitness person, so I love to eat a lot of protein and a lot of meats, and that's why. And he likes to eat a lot too. My wife likes to eat, my daughter likes to eat, so it's all good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fill the pot up with the potato greens. Over here, as you can see, we have the pre-packed potato greens. And the great thing about how the world is evolving now is that the farmers in Liberia or in Africa as a whole has an opportunity to sell their crops locally and around the world. So they get to make money and use their skill and talents, and people who live abroad, whether it be in America or any other parts of the world, get to experience Africa right in the comfort of their home, all right? So I'm just sharing with you just the little that I've learned from Liberia, all right? So let's go ahead and grab me the scissors, son. So I'm gonna go ahead and start dumping everything in a pot. So I'm gonna cut this open. That's the potato green, but traditionally, potato greens is cut with hands, and there's a whole process that goes with it. So I'm gonna just put it in a pot. Okay. Potato greens are very, very healthy, extremely healthy. They are filled with antioxidants, which is really good and healthy for you. And antioxidants are the mechanism that fight all of the bad stuff that goes into your body. Okay, they're filled with calcium, they're filled with iron. So that's the greens, okay, the potato greens. All right, now we're gonna start dumping all of the meats in there. Okay, now dump this in there. That's the fish. Dump it in there. Boom. Put that to the side. This is the kuda smoked fish. Dump that in there. Excellent. This is the neck bones, smoked turkey neck, okay? Dump that in there. Excellent, son. Now, this is the pig's feet. Dump it in there. Dump it in there, son. Excellent. No, that's okay. This is the ox. You know ox, baby? This is the ox tail. Go ahead and dump it in there, son. Good. Almost there. Okay, now this is the chicken wings chopped up and clean. Go ahead and dump it in there. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and season it. By the way, I will leave a description of this particular recipe. So if you're interested in it, look in the description below and it's laid out for you, okay? Now let's keep on moving. We have garlic. We're gonna put 4 cloves of garlic in there. So throw the garlic in there, son. Okay. This is habanero pepper. I'm not gonna let him handle it, but it is extremely spicy. I'm gonna put that in there myself. Yep, that's enough. Just put that in there. Okay. Now, we are gonna put onions. Put onion, a half an onion. You wanna put the onion there, son?
Yeah, by myself. I'll put it by myself.
Okay. Thank you. Now, you want to taste the pepper, son? Now, that's sweet pepper. I like to kind of garnish it up with 2 different types of sweet pepper just to give the potato greens a visual look. Okay? So, top that up. The sweet peppers are not spicy. I mean, even my 4-year-old son, he's eating it. So he's a crew man, but he has crew blood in him, so he's used to eating spicy food. Now, we're gonna add black pepper. Once again, I'm going to put the recipe right below, okay? This is just a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And obviously you do the same with garlic powder. Use whatever garlic powder you want, okay? All right. And then the same thing with the salt. Just a half, not much. And there's a reason we're doing it this way, okay? We're gonna do the same thing with this seasoning. It's called seasoning salt, okay? Half like that, not much. All right. We're going to put chicken seasoning in it. Just a half. Okay. Right on. Finally, did I put salt in there? Okay, I put salt. Now we're gonna put 3 of the bouillon cubes, okay? In Liberia, we call these chicken soup magic cube. Okay, these been around before I was even born for many years. We're gonna put 3 of them into the pot. Now, there's a trick that I learned when I took my cooking classes, is that you wanna season in your foods in stages. Don't put all of your seasoning in the pot at once, okay? Because it's gonna make your food very salty. You start off with a little. As you bring it to a boil, or as they start boiling, you put a little bit more until you get the flavor exactly how you want it. So I did not put much of a seasoning, but just enough to make all of the ingredients mix together. Okay, as soon as he gets done with that, we will put it on the stove. Now, as far as how much water to put in there, you want to put water in there until the top levels off, okay? So that's that. Okay, so that's perfect. So see how the water just kind of come to the top of your ingredients right there? This is exactly how you want it. Now what's gonna happen is once everything steams together, we're gonna cook this for 30 minutes. I like to start on high heat for 10 minutes, put it on medium heat for 10 minutes, and then turn it on low for 5 or 10 more minutes. And that's gonna allow all of the meat to juice up together and create its own flavor. At that point, we will take the meat out and use just the water, the juice, to make the potato greens. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways to make potato greens. Some people fry potato greens, some people boil potato greens, but when I lived with my dad will do it this way, okay? Because my dad cooked for me a lot. My mom passed away. So that's how I'm doing it. All right, so let's get this bad boy on the stove and we will check back to see how it's doing. So my Liberians were back with the dish that I'm making, the potato greens. So let's check on it and see how it's doing. Look like it's doing fantastic here. So I'm just gonna take the spoon and move it around gently, that way nothing in there breaks, okay, or pop open. So when your spoon start moving through it easily, then that means it's being close to being done, okay? Because what you want to do, you want to boil it enough that way the fibers in the greens, in the potato greens, it breaks down. That makes it easy to eat, okay? And then what I also did, I put this fish in there earlier, okay? But I went ahead and took it out after 20 minutes of it boiling, because if not, it's just gonna break apart and it's gonna make the greens really, really messy. So if you have anything that you think will break apart within 20 minutes, boil it 20 minutes, you take all your soft fish out. So, but now I'm gonna put the fish back in because this thing is almost done. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's taste it first. This is how we taste in Liberia. Okay, if you need anything else, then you can put it in there. Okay, I'm gonna put light garlic powder, just a little bit. And what you wanna do, you wanna seasoning your food in stages to get the best taste. But if you put all of your seasoning at once, it's gonna taste really, 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 really bad. It won't taste bad, it's just gonna taste really salty. So make sure you do it in stages, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I sprinkle just some light garlic powder in there, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the chicken seasoning. I'm just gonna go really, really light, okay? See, like that. Okay, cover that up. I'm gonna open one more beef cube or bouillon cube. In Liberia, we'll call it chicken soup, okay? So we're gonna put one more chicken soup inside. Okay, what I like to do is just kind of use the heel of my thumb on the corner and break that apart, okay? And just spread that all around. Spread that all around, see? All right. Now, finally, I will take a little bit of dried up ground shrimp, okay? And that's gonna flavor the greens really, really well. So let's open it up. Okay, I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of ground shrimp. And in America, this is the real soul food, okay, that I'm making, the real deal. All right, so that's enough. So now I will put my fish back in, and in about 15 minutes, we will pour some palm oil. But this water, this juice have to almost dry down before you put this in. If not, it's gonna make it really, really soupy and really, really messy. The stove, once you get to after the first 40 minutes of the greens cooking, you wanna put the stove on about medium, all right? So let's just go ahead and move this around a little bit. I'm gonna take my pepper out, and I will put it back in when I put the oil back in. I don't want it to break apart. Okay. So we are all set, okay, with the potato greens. Now, while that's mixing up and simmering down, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it back up. And now we're gonna prepare our rice, all right? So let's go ahead and get some rice. So now we will put the finishing touches on the greens here. So now we're gonna turn it all the way down and let it just simmer. Here's the red oil, okay, or the palm oil. In Liberia, we call it red oil, okay? So you shake it, make sure the top mixes with the bottom, and that is consistent going all the way down, okay? Now, this is where the tire meets the road, okay? This is a fresh one, brand new. I'm so glad to see people back home doing their own businesses and, you know, doing this kind of stuff. It's amazing. More to come. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pour the palm oil right into the potato greens, because this is the finishing touch, okay? Make sure you just pour the right amount in there, that way the oil doesn't overpower the greens. You don't want anything to stand out more than the others. You don't want the meat to stand out more. You don't want the greens to stand out more. You don't want anything to stand out. You just want everything to blend in really, really well. Okay, so let's check it out. So I'm just gonna move the greens around. Look how beautiful that looks. Now, when you move that around, you don't wanna just do it because there's so much meat and fish in there. You don't wanna break anything apart. Okay, just move it around gently. If you're gonna go in the middle, move your spatula around just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit more palm oil. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take my pepper and we will just lay that on top. So my friends, that's how. Now there's still a lot of water in there. We'll keep it that way for maybe about 15 more minutes and let that water dry all the way down before we even serve it on the plate, okay? So that's the basics of making potato greens. You can put your own little tweak or use whatever meat you want to use, but it's fun, and that's one of the many reasons I love Liberia and love living in Liberia and love visiting Liberia Monrovia, okay, and other parts of Liberia as well. So 15 more minutes, it will be done. We will wait and serve the rice. So next time I see you, we will be on the dining room table tearing it up. And this, my friend, is how you make potato greens and rice. So let's check it out. So delicious. So next time you're in Liberia, make sure you try the potato greens and rice, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because there is a lot more to come. I will see you next time.